toxic white males. It's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge. Good evening. It's a show that runs on 1.21 gigawatts. It is Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge. Welcome, everybody, to the show. How you doing tonight? It's Monday.
You should have said 1.21 booby watts.
That right there. Let me restart the show, and then we'll do that one. All right. No. Welcome everybody to the show. I want to thank everybody as always for joining us. We have with us Mandy. How you doing, Mandy?
Like what? Hey y'all, I'm doing great. It's Monday.
Monday Mandy or Mandy Monday. There you go. You should be dominating the YouTubes on Monday.
The realization hit her, and she was like, "It's Monday."
It's Monday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was like Oscar worthy right there. Just the change. Fuck.
Yeah,
we gotta clip that.
Monday.
Perfect.
And also with us we have Lorena Creole. Hello, and how are you doing tonight?
I am doing good, and how y'all doing out there?
Hopefully everybody's doing amazing.
It's Monday.
It's Monday though. Let's be happy about that.
Yeah.
And also with us is the hostess with the mostest, Miss Mary B.
Oh, I'm so excited for tonight's show. I've already primed my bottle of vodka. I'm so excited. We're gonna have so much fun this evening. Like Tom's gonna be in the back, like batting around his Godzilla toys, and we're just gonna be that was ready for it. I was ready for it.
Right out the gate.
We're just gonna be having an absolute. You guys want to hear some women gush? It's gonna happen tonight. This is
Yeah, if you're a woman in the Fandom Menace tonight, this is the place to be. We got some super chats right off the bat here to get through real quick. Let's do that. Willie Woodward is the first one. Who wants to start off? Mandy, you want to start off? Or?
Yeah, Willie Woodard for $5. Thank you so much. Hey, ladies, Tom and chat. Hope you have a good show. Also, form me it bro hug to Tom. No creepo. Saw WandaVision today. It's okay. I'll watch the next one.
MEITM is Midnight's Edge in the morning, I believe.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Go.
Which you can catch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then next we have one from Bionic Belly Button. Nee.
Long time no see.
I love Bionic. I need to touch base with that girl. She's awesome.
And she just sends us a heart and a couple of unicorns. So I don't know if Mary just wants to give us a couple of doomicorns.
I could throw some doomicorns. Doom.
That last one had a booty on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
It's all about that bass.
No trouble.
No trouble.
Speaking of doomicorns, Terminus asked to also send us one. And this one I think I'm going to grab. Christian Correjaleo says, which is better, booby watts or giggy boobs? I'm going to think about that. That's
Jigaboobs.
Jigaboobs.
What? 21 jigaboobs?
Can't be done, can it? The only thing that's capable of generating that kind of electricity is a bolt of lightning. A what? Bolt of lightning.
Lightning.
Problem is, you never know exactly where one is going to strike.
We know exactly where and when all
we
our
do
boobs
now.
strike.
We want to be here. I'll do the whole movie.
We're going. We won't need roads.
Yeah, 2 hours later, here I am. Stop! On the night, you go back. Matt D also sent us a doomicorn.
Doom.
And then to round things off here, and then I think we'll get rolling. The axe to the head.
Yeah.
I said that right. Sends us
Wow.
$1 Canadian, eh?
Hey, I like that.
Hey, thank you.
Hello, McFly. Think.
McFly.
I gotta have time to rewrite.
Holy hell. Yeah, we're
I'll grab this one. Like, oh my God, Nandy Chick-fil-A for the win.
Or is it fuck the world?
Oh, well, I learned something new today.
That's usually what FTW means to me.
Oh.
But I got a new one now for the win.
I like that. Fuck the world. I like that. I'm taking that.
That's what I've always known. There's a movie called FTW from way back in the day, and that's what it stood for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then we also got one from Captain Robert April real quick here. It is a googly-eyed face with the mouth open.
What?
Going, 1.21 gigawatt.
Save the clock tower.
He better not have killed that dog. Did you know that about the first test screening of the movie? Because nobody had any clue what the movie was about. Never seen a preview, nothing out there about the movie. All they knew is they were going to see a movie with that kid from Family Ties and the guy from Taxi in it. And about 15 minutes into the movie, the car explodes and the whole audience is like, they best not have killed that dog.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, they had no idea what was going on. They thought Doc had blown up the dog. So for like a minute, everybody in the audience is just under a murmur, like, wait, where's the dog? What did you do to that dog? And then Einie shows back up. So it's like, oh, that's when everybody got it. And then he shows the watch and everything. Yeah.
Boomer will live.
But you got to imagine a world where nobody knew what Back to the Future was. It's just like
that's a little before my time there.
No, I know, but it's hard to believe, isn't it? Kind of like a world without Star Wars, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some news since we got a lot, shall we?
Absolutely. Yes. Let's do this.
All right, we're kicking it on over to Lorena first. She's going to start us off with this WandaVision sexism bullshit.
So in protest, or not protest, but kind of like a fun jab, my hair is this big on purpose because I love big hair from the 60s.
I was thinking that when I looked at you earlier. I was like, there's no way that's an accident.
Oh, man. My mom used to have I thought she had big hair, but then I'd see pictures of her.
Are you kidding? I hired her because she looks like she comes from a Tim Burton movie.
What?
All the women in every Tim Burton movie, they look like and dress like they're from the 60s.
That's true.
I never thought of that.
That's true. Go back and watch, especially Edward Scissorhands.
Especially Edward Scissorhands.
Mm-hmm. Between the crazy colors and the patterns and all of that. But yeah, all of my female relatives, I look at the pictures of them from the 60s, big ass hair with probably enough hairspray to punch a hole in the ozone layer. And they were some happy chicks. So imagine my surprise when this article from our lovely friends at the Mary Sue.
Can I just point something out? Something that just occurred to me is I'm looking at this Mary Sue picture right here, and they are focusing on her ass, you fucking sexists. You look at that. Look at that. That is her booty they got popping out there, right? Like, I can't be the only person who's noticed that.
No, I'm offended. I'm now offended.
Wait, I failed to see the booty. I'm curious.
Oh, look at it. It's jutted. How do you fail to see that booty? Look at that curve. How do you fail to see
it? Cuts off before her waist there.
No, it doesn't. Those are her thighs.
On my end, it does. Or which end are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Mary Sue with the blonde-haired chick right next to me. I'm not looking at Wanda.
Oh, okay, sorry. That just looked like pancake ass, so I couldn't figure out what the heck.
I'm so confused.
They're just focusing on her ass. Yeah, they're just focusing
on her ass. The Mary Sue logo. Yes. You got your finger up her diddle thing there.
Yeah. I can't be the only person who's noticed that this is a booty shot that they put up there for the Mary Sue, and that I am offended.
Me too.
I mean, how dare they do this? How dare
I'm gonna write a strongly worded email.
One of my favorite scenes from White Chicks. Now I'm gonna write a letter.
Just start waving the paper in his face.
Don't do that. So, yeah. So this lovely article from the Mary Sue. Marvel's WandaVision tackles time period sexism in a fun way.
No, it doesn't.
Now, you ladies have watched WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Sexism was the last thing that was on my mind about it being tackled. So I'd like to know, how did they pull this headline out of their ass? I just want
to. Because seriously, okay, Lorena, literally everything, even current day and back, is sexist. Okay, everything is sexist, and especially if you're talking about the 50s and 60s, that's super sexist. So we have to point at it. We got to point at it. Otherwise, we're not doing our SJW job here, right? Like, you got to point it. If it existed or is meant to interpret the 60s or the 50s, it's sexist.
Wait, so in the 50s or like in the 60s, it was sexist to wear big, huge platform heels and mini skirts and big hair and really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with being sexy?
Well, it depends on which kind of feminist you ask. So
yeah.
Clearly, I got 3 women here who have never seen Spinal Tap.
I haven't.
I have not.
I have not.
They're bitching at him because their cover is sexist, and they're like, it's sexist though, and they're like, what's wrong with sexy? And like, no, sexist. So, like, they really don't get it.
I will have to watch.
It's hilarious.
I haven't seen it, but
it's because that she's the one smelling the glove. Now, because if you had him making her, you got to see the movie. It's funny. Yeah. It's because it's got some guy making some chick smell a glove on the cover. The name of the album is "Smell the Glove."
I don't have any idea what the fuck's going on.
Spinal Tap. You guys don't know about Spinal Tap.
No, I'm sorry.
But it goes to 11. See, it goes to 11.
It goes.
Yeah, I don't know. 11. Sorry.
All these guitars, they go to 11. See, 11.
We watch Bridgerton, 11. Tom.
Yeah, you watch weird shit.
No, it's not so good.
We're women. It's like we're not men.
I've never heard of this fucking Bridgerton thing until today. And all of a sudden now everybody's talking. I'm like, what the fuck is Bridgerton?
That's sad for you, Tom.
It wasn't made for you, Tom. It wasn't made
for
you.
Well, guess what?
Certainly people.
But we'll get into that
right.
So anyway, to continue with this.
Sorry.
The 1960s were not exactly fun for women. Okay, if I ask my great aunt, they were a hell of a lot fun.
I think Woodstock was a lot of fun for everybody, but
I feel like I would like to go back there. There's way less pressure on women back in the 50s and 60s. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Now there's that pressure on women to have and do everything, right? Like, you got to have the career, but you got to also have the children because you're on a biological clock, right? There's so much pressure on women these days to do absolutely everything. And I'm sorry, but I'll go back to fucking scrubbing pans. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, right?
Who said you have it? You have to have it all. I had one mentor tell me the biggest lie told by feminists is that you can have it all. And she's like, you know what? You can have it all, but not all at the same time.
Well, I don't know. It depends on, like,
unless it's cake. What about cake?
What the fuck does cake have to do with it?
Can you have it all at the same time?
You have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
No, you'll get sick.
Oh. You sound just like my mom.
But it was like that, like second and third wave feminism, because in the beginning, and I always say this, in the beginning with feminism, it was respecting a woman's choice to be whatever it is that she wanted to be. If she wanted to be a freaking astronaut, if she wanted to be a homicide detective, if she wanted to be a homemaker and stay home, it was her choice and it was to be respected. Now these third and fourth wave feminists are like, you have to have everything. You have to have it all. In those 50s and 60s, well, you were oppressed and it was all sexist.
Yeah, now go take a look at that toaster that doesn't burn your husband's toast.
Right.
Also eats pie and open-faced cheese sandwiches.
Why the hell can't we just have the damn toaster? That shit makes life easier. That shit makes life easier. Someone explain to me what the fuck is so sexist about the 50s and 60s, giving women items that make their fucking life easier. What the fuck is so sexist about that?
Well, let's talk about it some more so we can get a little bit more context or a little bit more crazy into the justification for this. So even in the sitcom realm, wives were at the home, and even when they were genies and witches, they were resigned to whatever their husbands wanted to do. I never got that impression.
I never got that. No.
No.
Let me explain something about the 50s and 60s, guys. Look, this was back before we had all these fucking awesome ass toasters and shit that made our lives a shit ton easier and made doing stuff at home quicker and easier so that you could go to fucking work, right? This was back before we had all of these wonderful amenities that made having the ability and time to do more things existed, right? So I'm sorry, I don't see the 50s and 60s as sexist because somebody had to take care of the fucking kids. And I'm sorry, but if it's between me and my husband, but one of us has to go out and fucking get a shitty ass job like working in a sewer filtration system plant, he's fucking going. I'm staying at home with the kids.
And just to go down to, sorry, go ahead, Mary.
No, I'm just saying this was a different time. And to hold it to today's standards and call it sexism at the time, no, this was incredibly modern and progressive and it freed up women's time. So to act like women were just at the whim of their husbands, no, I mean, it's not like anybody forced them to get married in the 50s and 60s. Was it looked down on? Probably. There were some societal things that could change. Sure. But it's not like anybody sat them down and said, you're getting married or you can literally go live in a gutter. No, they could go get a job. And we stop acting like the 50s and 60s were the most sexist fucking thing ever. No, it was actually a really big boom for progressivism for women.
Exactly. And for people who remember the movie Hidden Figures, okay, that was in the 60s. And those are three women who were engineers and scientists. So they were women who did what they wanted to do. They weren't necessarily stuck at home, resigned to whatever their husbands wanted them to do. And even in some of the commercials in the 60s where they would show things for like the refrigerator and the dishwasher, and it was advertised as you have more time to spend with your family, more quality time where you're not spending time with the dishes. That was advertised. And it gets down here a little bit further. She says, sure, there were some breaks in the mold. Yeah, more than some. But for the most part, women were in the kitchen and men brought home the bacon. So what's wrong with a woman having a gender role as, okay, I'm the caretaker of the home and I'm going to let my husband go out and make the money?
I've never understood the argument that that's sexist, right? Why is that sexist?
It's more of a societal thing brought on by economics, if you ask.
Exactly. It's an economical thing, right? Instead of like, and back then I assume daycare wasn't as much of a thing, right? You might have your friends and family watch your kids from time to time. But daycare wasn't.
You had TV to watch your kids.
Somebody has to watch your fucking kids, right? Somebody has to handle your home. Why do you think, like, I've never heard so many people complain about, oh, my house is messy, right? Like more than current day. Like back, at least in the 90s when I was a kid, homes tended to be a bit more clean, right? Like now everybody's fucking house is messy because nobody's ever home to fucking clean it, right? And not everybody can afford a fucking housekeeper. And I'm not saying that everybody's house is messy, but nobody keeps their home the way that needs to be kept. There was something about staying at home, maintaining your home, maintaining your children, making sure there was food on the table. Why is everybody fucking fat? Because everybody got to eat out all the time because they can't fucking handle getting home and cooking dinner because they're exhausted after working 12 fucking hours. Everybody's fucking working.
It's not just that. It's like a long-term attack of our men is what it is. This is women trying to tell us that your man that goes out, like my husband, goes out and supports our family. But by their standards, I shouldn't try to make his life easier. That they act like men have it so easy now, and I wouldn't trade places with my husband for all the money in the world. He works so hard. Everything financial falls on him. I don't worry about that shit. I just wait till he gets paid again and then go spend it. So it's a long-term attack on men, and it's getting worse and worse as time progresses. It's getting worse as, you know, men are horrible, women rule the world. It's stupid, and it's harming women way more than it ever helped us, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well,
what's so sexist about a guy? Like, someone please explain to me the sexist ideology in terms of men that has anything to do with a man going out and busting his ass for 8 to 12 hours a day in order to feed it. How is that fucking sexist?
Well, I was just going to say that, yeah, like you ask any man or woman out there, let's just say, and I'm not even talking about just straight, but you ask them flat out, if you could be in a relationship where either you or your partner were the breadwinner and one or the other got to stay home and be domestic, would you choose that lifestyle? I'm willing to bet most people would, because there's a lot of men and women who, you know, would love to be able to provide for their significant other and be able to go and have that pride of being able to have a job that's enough to provide for an entire family. I mean, that's what, you know, the whole idea of the American dream was built on, is that, you know, the whole, you know, it may not be just necessarily the straight white family. I get that. But, you know, the wife, the house, the picket fence, and the 2.5 kids, and the job that makes enough money to pay for it all, you know, to have a car and, you know, enough to go on a vacation every couple of years. That's all anybody really wants.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah. Like I tell people, it's like I'm single, but would I love to be married, have my husband go to work, and I could be just at home doing whatever and taking care at home? Absolutely. Wouldn't bother me one bit.
Nope. I don't know why that's fucking sexist.
I don't know why that's, I really don't get it.
You better believe I'll still have a fucking Keurig. Hell yeah, I'll still have a Keurig.
It's like, I mean, you know, I live a traditional lifestyle. My husband works. You know, I sell comics now, but I didn't even start that till my kids started school. It was kind of like something, you know, my kids are at school now. I got all this extra time. What do I do? You know, so that's kind of how that came to. But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. I was in college when I found out I was expecting my first. I dropped out of school to stay home and raise my children because that's what I wanted. That's always what I wanted. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm supposed to be like, I'm doing wrong because I don't put my husband down every day and go to work, and I'm actually home, and they act like I'm doing something I because of that. And it's the oddest. Oh, it's just so odd to me.
And there's something about a nuclear family, and I don't understand it. Where's this logic come from? Where's the logic from?
Yeah, and I don't understand why it is that they have to demonize men in order to uplift women. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I don't understand why the depictions shown to us in something like Mary Tyler Moore or Bewitched or Dick Van Dyke or I Dream of Jeannie, why that is inherent. Okay, so I Dream of Jeannie is a little bit of a different show because she literally is a genie and that's her master, right? Yeah. That's very, very different circumstances in terms of I Dream of Jeannie. But in these other circumstances, these are like, look, in terms of Bewitched, Samantha chose that, right? She's a fucking witch. She can do whatever the hell she wanted, and that's made abundantly clear. She wanted her family. She wanted a husband and children. This was what she wanted herself. And oh my God, newsflash, guys, this is what most women want. Most women want to have children. I lament the fact that I'm in my mid-30s and I haven't had children yet. It's a gut-wrenching fact for me as a woman, right? That I haven't actually birthed a child. It actually is something that I mourn and sob over. And I do mean that.
One, I'm selling mine cheap. He's a little old. But.
No.
Tom, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I got a 1993 Chevy in the back.
I know. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but all these people are like, oh, I wish I had kids. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You say that.
I spent. She probably does though.
I know. I'm just picking.
I spent 10 years raising children. I know what I want. Okay, so I'm good. But like to act like this is something that women don't inherently want. We recognize we have a biological clock, right? We recognize we're working in a time frame here. That's not something anybody thrust upon us. That's something that nature decided for us, right? So I can't point a finger at men's sexism for nature going, fuck you at 42, right? Like that's not their fault. So women do recognize that we want a family, and unlike men, we need to start sooner rather than later in our lives, right? Like, because men can go until they're fucking, I don't know, men can always have kids.
Did they mention Olive Lucy in their little comparison thing here? Because I can tell you now, that was a show from the 50s and 60s. Lucy did whatever the hell she wanted to.
Yep.
Ricky was constantly trying to get her to act right, and she was going wild every episode.
Going up there to show, you bring the boss or some agent to the house, and Lucy was hell-bent on performing.
Not only that, she was in a mixed marriage, and she was one of the partners in the company.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as I understand it, Elizabeth Montgomery was an executive producer on.
She was the fucking boss.
Yeah.
That woman ran her shit. You want to see a strong female woman? Elizabeth Montgomery. Holy hell. Like, she was on top of her game back in the day.
Yeah, she fucking ran that shit. Oh, but it's so sexist. I'm sorry. This was a picture a woman painted for us, guys. This was a picture, in terms of Bewitched specifically, that Elizabeth Montgomery literally ran behind the scenes. So that version of Samantha that you see on screen, that's what Elizabeth Montgomery painted.
Not only that, I think it was for like 9 or 10 seasons at that.
Yeah, it went on for a while, and I think it eventually was shot in color, right?
Yeah,
I remember black and white and color.
That was the reference. That was the reference you were making.
And to go back to Bewitched, I remember her mother give her crap about being married, and she's just like, "This is what I want." Just like, you can be a great witch. She's like, I have what I want here.
But as women, we're not allowed to admit that these days. Without saying that, without someone pointing at us and going, internalized misogyny. Nah, fuck you. I want kids. I want a family. I want the nuclear family. I want that. And you know what's really fucking weird about that? About wanting the nuclear family? It's also what's fucking best for us. Ironically, people who have that nuclear family tend to be far more stable throughout the course of their lives. They have way fewer financial issues. They have almost like no run-ins with the law, typically speaking.
Well, they stayed in the show. Single men or married men are killing single men at an alarming rate.
An alarming rate.
Let me go on here to the next one.
I thought that was pretty funny.
She got it wrong when it came out. When she said it, it was supposed to be, that married men live longer than,
yeah, right.
And then it came out wrong.
But I love how the Mary Sue misconstrues that as the show tackling sexism. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? That is not what the show did at all. Not at all.
No, but it makes for good clickbait, right? So
yeah,
absolutely.
Well, so did their little assy avatar up there too.
Yes, she did greenlight Star Trek. That's what I love about Lucy. Yeah, that's actually true. That's very true. So
but don't undersell Elizabeth Montgomery. She, like Mary is right. She was the producer on her show, and I think she even directed a lot of the episodes as it got farther down the road and stuff too.
Yeah, Elizabeth Montgomery handled her shit.
I just remember her name being really huge in the credits,
as it deserved to be. Because this was a woman who painted the picture of the nuclear family unit, right? Who showed a powerful, capable woman who still knew what it was that she wanted for her life, right? She painted the picture of, honestly, I think Elizabeth Montgomery, this woman she's obviously Elizabeth Montgomery isn't a witch, we assume, right? Like I don't assume she's doing black rituals.
I don't know. She made her nose do that
mentally thing, which Elizabeth Olsen couldn't do in WandaVision. So she had to kind of do the little finger thing instead of
I'm good with it.
I was cool. I was like, I just couldn't say it.
But it's interesting to me that you have this woman like Elizabeth Montgomery who is painting this picture of this all-powerful witch for us, right? Who's completely capable of living. She ain't need no man, right? But this is what she wants for her life. And it's amazing to me because back then she was allowed to admit that without being accused of internalized misogyny. She's allowed to do that at that point in time, to acknowledge that this is something near and dear to women's hearts. But now, if a woman were to make a show, if a woman were to go out, and we're actually going to get to that in terms of Bridgerton, because this is actually applicable to that. If a woman goes out and makes a show that resonates with women on that level, it's fucking sacrilege and it gets ripped apart. Fucking hell.
It's insane. It's insane.
Ridiculous.
But continuing on here, in Marvel and Disney Plus's WandaVision, we see Wanda Maximoff fitting into the sitcom world almost too perfectly. But the show doesn't completely erase the fact that the sexism that existed. Okay. Instead, they have a fun commentary on it throughout the first 2 episodes. I do not flipping remember anything about a commentary. It just so happened that with the 2 of them, with Wanda and with Vision, in like that sitcom setting, it just works perfectly.
They made one joke. I'll give them one joke. They made one joke about the toaster. Women, are you burning your husband's toast? They made one joke about it. And then Mary Sue up and decides that WandaVision is going to bat against sexism. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so honestly, when I saw that toaster commercial, I was thinking, yeah, I don't want to burn my own toast. So
right?
Go figure, my toaster has a setting knob on it. But back then it was a novelty. Back then it was a legitimate novelty, right? That like you didn't want to fucking burn your toast, so you didn't want to have to fucking stand there and watch it because you're cooking eggs for 5 other fucking people, right? You're busy as shit. Shit pops when you're not looking at it. Fucking brown, not black. It's great. It's wonderful.
I love that Stark Industries made it. So it was so perfect.
A defense contractor makes a toaster. Oh, okay.
Well, the watch was made by Strucker.
I was just about to say, I love how freaking Stark Industries makes the toaster, which helps women, but freaking Hydra makes the freaking watch where it's all for men, right? I suppose that in and of itself is a weird. If you stare at it sideways really hard, could be a weird commentary on sexism.
But it only works if you have a hot chick on your arm, if you go by what the commercial said.
A hot what on your arm?
Hot chick.
Oh, hot chick, yeah. But tell me you wouldn't go hang out with a guy with a watch like that.
Oh, hell
absolutely.
Absolutely. Especially with that suit he had on. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the watch and the toaster are actually symbols of things, and there's a lot of different stuff. And before we jump into the next thing, maybe we'll see what you ladies thought about the show too. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this whole article here really made me laugh.
Oh, God. It's God, it's hilarious. Don't have anything to drink while you're reading it. You'll spew it out.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the
I'll take that challenge. I'm sorry.
Most of the 1960s was filled with strange seduction techniques, even though couples didn't sleep in the same beds on television. I do not know how real life situations worked. I was not alive.
It wasn't a thing. That was literally a
People
TV
had sex, lady.
Yes, it was a TV thing because no joke. I saw an episode of I Love Lucy where Lucy and Desi were sleeping in separate beds, and I literally asked my mom, why are they sleeping in separate beds? She's like, that's just for TV. Like,
yeah, it was about the censors. The censors were so worried about it or whatever because impropriety or whatever. But no, in real life, how do you write an article like this and not know that in real life people slept in the double bed?
They couldn't even say that Lucy was pregnant.
That's right.
They had to say she was expecting.
But that wasn't fucking sexism. That's fucking censors. Censors are still stupid today, people. You can drop an F-bomb in PG-13, but not more than one. Censors are still stupid, okay? They've always been stupid. The rating system is jacked to hell. You can go to a fucking PG-13 movie and still hear an F-bomb. I do not understand this shit. It's still stupid. Don't put that on people's sexism. Censors are dumb.
You got to remember, we were probably only 30 or 40 years out from where people thought that showing your ankles was showing too much skin, though. Too, you remember?
That ankle.
And I know they gave on the Dick Van Dyke show, they gave Mary Tyler Moore all kinds of shit for wearing slacks because women wear pants. And I know that Barbara Eden got shit for showing her belly button, and they had to change the costume to where it came up further so it didn't show her belly button. But again, that's still censorship.
Real life did this shit all the time, right? Women wearing slacks everywhere at that point in time.
Yeah,
it wasn't Mary Tyler Moore or whatever. It was just fucking. This was the reality of the situation. Women were wearing slacks, and that's you can call that sexism, I suppose, but get mad at the censors, not the fucking show, right? censors are the ones that enforce that shit. That like they're still like, this is kind of weird and off topic or whatever, but it's for the same reason that for shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, its spinoff, the Korra, the Legend of Korra, she couldn't be portrayed as bisexual, and so in the very last episode, they sent her away holding hands with the other girl instead of having them kiss or whatever, because it's a cartoon kids show. That's on these censors at Nick. The people who created the show didn't want it that way. The people who watched the show didn't want it that way. Everybody wanted to just see Korra be Korra and do her fucking thing, right? You can't fucking you can put that on the censors, not on the fucking show. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. So to continue on, my idea of this era, like many others, is completely reliant on shows like I Love Lucy and The Dick Van Dyke Show. And trust me, childhood me was very confused by the 2-bed situation. Okay, but why didn't you just freaking ask somebody like I did?
That's what I was just okay. Go ask your mom. Go ask your mom. Don't tell me she wasn't alive in the 60s.
Oh, God. Please. So WandaVision has somehow mastered the art of playing in the sitcom space while still calling out the sexism that very much existed at the time. And in these shows we hold so dear.
Wow.
Under the guise of Wanda and Vision being an unusual couple, the show lets their dynamic thrive by placing those sexist aspects on other couples or in the commercials that litter the episodes.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Again, what are you smoking to see this? If you are, it's not the good stuff. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Agnes, a character that recalls I Love Lucy's Ethel, still falls victim to the sexist ideas of the time period, making jokes about how she's a housewife, having a gourmet meal at the ready, and bringing the husband issue of a magazine to help Wanda prepare for an anniversary that neither Wanda nor Vision can remember. She's an interesting look at tackling those archetypes in these shows. Okay, what the heck is the problem with pleasing your husband?
Exactly.
What is wrong with that?
Well, here's the funny thing about all of this, right? Like, so God forbid fucking Agnes had dinner in the fridge for the next night, right? Mm-hmm. And so she did make a joke about, oh, of course I have a gourmet meal at the ready. And why the fuck did Wanda need it? Because her husband doesn't fucking eat, and she only had one strawberry ready, right? She was gonna eat one strawberry in her. By the way, I might add incredibly sexy peignoir that she was wearing.
That was I want that in my life. I'm just saying,
right? She had one chocolate covered strawberry ready because her husband doesn't eat, and she just wanted to get fed a nice little pretty strawberry. Of course, she doesn't have food in the fridge, so Agnes comes to the rescue because she has food in the fridge for the next day, right? And so Agnes makes a joke, and it's a pious joke, and she's joking about, hey, of course I have a gourmet meal at the ready, ha, 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 ha. But that's not a tackle on sexism. That's a joke about the fact that Wanda doesn't have any food in her fucking house, and Agnes has dinner ready for the next night.
Which you saw in the beginning of the freaking episode when Wanda opens up the refrigerator and there's nothing in it.
Not a damn thing in there. Not one fucking thing. You want some breakfast? I don't eat. Oh, that's right. We literally make that the joke in the next episode too, where he fucking eats gum.
Oh, he eats gum and it turns him into a freaking lush. He's just like drunk.
Here's what's cracking me up. If any of the supervillains in all of the previous Marvel movies or the Avengers movies had known that freaking all you needed to do to take Vision down was give him some gum, that would have been the best shit ever. That's the best.
Give him a stick of Big Red and he's ready to go.
Big Red. Which I love that gum, by the way. It's me too. I love that cinnamon gum. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So what about seduction techniques? But even when WandaVision plays into it, they still have subtle jabs at the ideas that filled the shows of the 60s and beyond. Women were taught to do things to get the attention of men. It was always about how you could change yourself for the man in your life, not the other way around. Okay, so what's wrong with doing things to get the attention of men? What?
Yeah, it's peacocking. It's called peacocking, people, and guys do it too. Guys do it too. Okay, this is not about women conforming to appeal to a man. This is about people trying to catch the attention of someone that it even goes that way for women who are interested in women or men who are interested in men. You do yourself up. You try to do something to keep the spice alive in your marriage. This isn't sexism. This is called trying to get laid later. Calm the fuck down.
They wouldn't understand that concept. That's a hard concept. Jeez, yeah, again, it's trying to brainwash women into making men like second-class citizens, and I'm just not okay with that. As there is nothing wrong with you taking care of your husband. There is nothing wrong with that, because I assure you, they take care of you back. So it's not one way. They take care of you. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the kind of thing that's like my mom, my grandmothers, my great aunts, whatever. One of the reasons why I got taught to cook so much at a young age, well, one, they didn't know if the school thing was going to work out quite, whatever. They're just like, you need to cook for your husband. You need to provide for your husband. Make the stuff that he likes. You do that for him, he'll take care of you. I'm like, okay.
That's called
a production technique. All right. I put that up here.
That's called reciprocity. This, and it's not look, it's the same concept as a man coming home with flowers for his woman, right?
Right.
You know what pleases the other person, and so you give it to them when you're trying to prime them for that sort of interaction. So why would a woman cook dinner in a maid outfit for her husband? Because she's trying to get booty later. That's why. Because she's trying to get laid. So maybe if you show him a little ass and give him a really good fucking sandwich, you'll get laid later, right? It's the same. Exactly. It's the same reason men go to fucking musicals and fucking Broadways with their wives, even though there's no way in hell they want to do it, because they want to get fucking laid later.
You know that's an episode of South Park, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I just want to put that out there. They're just like, that works. Yep.
They hid subliminal messages in the 70%
of the time, every time.
No, that's exactly true. That's why my husband sucked it up and went and watched Twilight with me. That's why when The Notebook plays, I don't think he enjoys that. I think he enjoys what he will probably get later after the movie. It is because he's like, Team Edward.
I'll put money on it.
So I'm just saying that's exactly true.
You just do those things that she likes. You may not necessarily like it, but you do because she likes it. Because she likes it, guess what? You get taken care of later.
Yeah, it's called reciprocity, you dingbats. I don't understand why this is a foreign concept. Oh, I do. I do understand why this is a foreign concept for people at the Marys too. Because you don't know what it means to do anything for anyone other than yourself. You don't know what it means to have a strong, committed relationship that sometimes involves doing shit you don't particularly care for in order to make the person you love happy. That's why. You don't understand what that means because you're self-centered, egotistical maniacs. That's why.
Yes. That, and I don't think they've ever had sex.
And even if not, don't hate on everyone else who is. I'm just
right.
Fun fact. Earlier today, Andrew was playing some Naruto shit after his stream or whatever, and I was like, how would you like to stop doing that and come play Fortnite with me? And he was like, okay. And he did it immediately. And I guarantee you that was not because he wanted to stop playing his game in order to come play a game that he enjoys way less, mind you, with me, but because later I'll probably talk dirty to him on the phone. You want to see my nip? Like, that's what's going to happen. So,
know how the game is played.
Exactly. That's just how this works.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So in the first episode, Wanda and Agnes discuss a seduction technique for Vision, who is already Wanda's husband. Okay, why is this like in italics, like it's a freaking insult or something?
Yeah.
Okay. And read that one such technique is to literally fall so a man can pick you up. Okay, I thought that was funny. I thought it was hilarious. Funny crap. I thought it was hysterical.
Even Bridgerton made an allusion to why that's fucking stupid. Right? That's in the fucking 1800s. Like, There's something terribly romantic about it, though, right? Yeah. Like, okay, hold up. Let's be real here, ladies. Okay, hold on. Let's be real. Let's just say you actually were taken by the heat one day or something, and you swooned, and you found yourself caught by your husband, and your eyelashes flutter open, and you see him holding you in his strong arms. Tell me you wouldn't actually swoon the fuck again. Tell me you wouldn't. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Probably do it twice.
Do it again just so you were awake this time for it.
I mean, I just feel like they're missing the whole fact with this, that during the 60s, there was a huge sexual awakening within the United States. A lot of people were expanding their minds. They were, people were getting freaky deaky in the 60s. So, yeah, there were a lot of articles and magazines. Hell, still today, how many of us have sat there and done like the stupid little Cosmo quiz of, does he love me? And are we, I mean, I still do them online and stuff. So, I mean, again, they're not tackling shit at all.
Bridgerton itself attests to the fact that women are still women. And that's why it's rated number 2 on Netflix. I'm sorry, I know I keep poking that in there. But women are still fucking women, Mary Sue. As much as that may bother you, as much as you may not like the fact that women are still women, we are still women. We still do women things. We still like being a little dainty. We still like having the door fucking open. And if we swoon, we want a guy to fucking catch us.
Exactly.
So I own that shit.
Yes, and if I'm cold, I want you to take your jacket off and give it to me because it makes me feel
fucking
good.
right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you get in there with me.
Open that car door for me too.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I like that.
You know what I'm sick of? Carrying groceries in by my damn self.
Oh,
that's what I'm sick of.
Oh, but to get into just when you thought it couldn't get any more hilarious, sure, it's a laugh now because none of us would fall into the arms of a man.
Go fuck yourself. Speak for yourself. Yes, I would. Yeah,
that's because men nowadays are too fucking soy to catch you. They'd be like, oh.
They're either too soy or some of them are like, because of dumbasses like this, are literally afraid to even talk to us because they're afraid that we're going to
get sued. I'm going
to get sued. Exactly. So let the bitch fall. I ain't gonna have her get your hands off of me. And
I hope they let your ass fall in a fucking puddle, you shit. Oh, I hope you fucking go home soaked and not in the good
way. Oh God. But yeah, the commercials though, selling products to women to benefit their husbands.
Oh God.
That's where the show really drives home the time period sexism that very much existed. Let me tell you something. Commercials for something like a KitchenAid back in the day. My grandma got one of those. Shoot, she could make all the tasty stuff that my grandfather loved even faster.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But that wasn't the way they sold it, though, either. This is very disingenuous. It was a joke. This Mary Sue article, in and of itself, admits you weren't alive, so you don't know how it actually went down. You weren't there. The way that they sold these things were not to please your husband, but to free up a woman's time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Like, okay, not that it was a regular show, it was a cartoon, The Jetsons. How many appliances did Mrs. Jetson have so she could just chill?
Yep,
exactly.
Yep,
exactly.
Even had Rosie.
Yeah, all that shit existed to free up a woman's time, not make your husband happy. That's why the joke is funny, guys, because it's not how they actually went. The joke is your misconception of how it actually went. Your actual misconception is why everyone is laughing, because you're stupid and you don't get it, and we're all laughing at you, because that's not how the actual commercials existed. The commercials existed to free up a woman's time, to make her home life easier, to give her the ability to do other things like go play fucking bridge with the other chicks down the street, right? That's how those commercials went down. But they present it as though it was about making the husband happy. That's not how that shit went down. The reason this stuff is funny is because you're fucking stupid.
Yes, exactly.
Not only that, like Peggy on Married with Children is making fun of every last thing that a 60s housewife.
Yeah.
I love Peggy Bunny. She's my girl.
I know, right?
This line here, it wasn't really about what made a woman's life easier. It was about her husband being happy with her work.
You're fucking stupid.
Very.
Yeah, that's not what it was about. It was absolutely about making a woman's life easier.
Is your husband tired of you burning his toe? I'm sorry, this commercial was freaking funny.
It was hilarious.
It's funny as hell.
He don't care about the burnt toast. He just wants to frost your buns.
No, this was funny. It just gets that they have no sense of humor whatsoever. If you can watch this and not giggle a little bit about it, then yeah, I don't see how you can find anything wrong with this.
No,
it's
prime
funny.
example. When the toaster is supposed to be doing the toast and it wasn't coming up and the red light went on and the chick's face is just like, what's going on? I just thought that was funny. I'm just like, oh, something's wrong. Is it going to burn toast now?
Is this because I burnt the roast?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh my God.
I like the one that was just before this. Hey, Al, I found the perfect thing today. What's that? A chocolate couch?
I'm just going to stay home and eat bonbons and sit on the couch. Oh, I will say that what is beautiful about WandaVision is that it's never Vision who is used to show this sexism. Well, he's an android, so, you know.
Right.
His relationship with Wanda is balanced, nuanced, and a pretty even playing field because he's running a freaking algorithm. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. He knows. He knows what's up.
Wanda is balanced, nuanced, and a pretty even playing field. When Wanda's cooking and can't figure out dinner, she and Vision switch places, and it reminds us of the fact that that's how Wanda and Vision bonded in the first place.
Can I just point something out? The only reason they're okay with this is because Vision's an android and he's not a real man.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the only reason that they're pointing this out is because Vision isn't an actual man, right? Which does raise the question: how the fuck are you pregnant? Where did the semen come from?
That's right. That's my freaking mind. I'm like, and when I did my review of episode 2, I'm like, so apparently, Android can get you pregnant. Who knew?
You better be careful when you're buying them sex bots, guys.
I was about to say, careful with them sex bots. You're going to end up with a Rick and Morty situation.
I'm intrigued now.
Oh shit.
Oh God. So in Captain America Civil War, Vision is watching over Wanda for Tony and he cooks for her.
He's also her jailer, you fucking idiot.
Conveniently forgot that part. Despite not eating himself, which is sort of the same problem they have in the first episode. Oh God!
There's semen everywhere. Where did it come from?
Where did the semen come from?
Oh Lord, I don't know. Let's say, yeah, because how the heck are you going to explain that? I got knocked out by an android. Explain that one.
I swear I'm not cheating on you, Vision.
Right?
Oh my God!
That shit.
Oh, but the show doesn't lean too much into that sexism itself. There are just little jabs at it, pointing out that it is absurd and carrying on, especially since Wanda was in charge for the most part, even telling Vision what to do when his boss, Mr. Hart, is choking and on the verge of dying.
Now, is she attracted to metal men because her dad's Magneto? I'm just curious. I mean,
that would make sense.
That could be.
Yeah, but they've never touched on that in the movies at all. Like at all.
No, it's just kind of, oh, they're together now. Okay.
I'm literally putting this shit on Twitter right now. Where did the semen come from? Mary May.
Where did the semen come from? It's everywhere.
Where did it come from, though?
Explain. I just want somebody to explain to me how the heck you get an android to knock up a human. I need schematics on that one.
If he couldn't even handle the gum, why the hell? Just saying.
I don't see. Okay,
he went to a sperm bank. He knocked that shit over. He got a turkey baster. He put it up in his artificial pee-pee. It gummed up his works, but he got it out when he did. But this is a lot to process. I'm just not.
You done created an entire storyline for
I need schematics and I need drawings and whatever that VR thing that Tony Stark had. I just need that to see what the heck.
Maybe when she was in the little magic hutch thing, maybe somebody slithered in the back door.
You know what I just realized is Wanda is like an all-powerful being or whatever. She's essentially an infinity gem, an infinity stone all wrapped up into herself. So fuck it, she'll do it herself. Now that's an empowered woman.
That may have actually been what it was. Maybe she did it herself.
She got herself damn pregnant and decided it looked like Vision.
I bet that's what it was.
You're not the
Oh my gosh.
That's why Vision looked so damn confused in the show when she turned around and she was pregnant. And he was like, I didn't do that. I did not do that. No, we got to get a test. This is some shit.
In the next episode, he's
she's just like, is this really happening? And I'm surprised he didn't say, hell if I know.
I'm highly expecting in the next episode Vision to go get a pack of cigarettes and just never come back. And that'd be it.
That's funny because it's about to be like, oh hell yeah, it's happening, and I gotta go get some cigarettes. I'll be back.
I'll be right back, baby.
That's it.
Skid marks out the driveway. Oh my gosh. So when Mr. Hart starts to choke, Vision looks to Wanda. Mrs. Hart is just repeating over and over to stop it, changing from laughing to all but begging. She wasn't really begging, she was just repeating it. And no one moves until Wanda tells Vision to help.
Yeah, congratulations. You're pointing out the fact that that's actually how a lot of shit went down in those 50s and 60s shows. Those men didn't have a fucking clue what the hell was going on.
Nope.
Not a clue. Not a damn clue. This isn't a deviation from the shit we've seen before. This is exactly what we've seen before. Lucy ran all the fuck over Ricky.
All the time. All the time.
Gomez and the Addams family didn't know what the heck to do with himself until Morticia would tell him what to do.
No, not a fucking clue. This is not some deviation from what we've seen before. This is an exact parallel. And look, if I can, I'm just going to get straight into what I think of this show, if that's all right. Because here's my thing about this show. I like it. I do like it. But the reason I like it is because I know these characters. I know Wanda and I know Vision and I know that they're from the MCU and I know that something bigger is coming. Based on simply what WandaVision has given me, I might as well have just gone and just watched Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie. I might as well have just done that because that's all thus far we have gotten. It's why I say that the show would have benefited from an all the season release at once, right? So I could binge it and understand where the fuck you're going with this shit. Because as it stands, all I've gotten is a remake of these shows that I could have already watched, right? There's nothing particularly tantalizing about what's going on. There's a couple of shots of where you've got something particularly different going on, right? Like, oh, there's something lurking in the shadows. There's just a couple of those between two episodes that might I add have 7 minutes of credits. A third of each of these episodes is credits. Not one of these episodes, both of these episodes. All right. You've got approximately 35 minutes between both of them, between 35 and 40 minutes total of actual show between 2 episodes. Like, you've got over 14 minutes of credits. More than that, if you count that the show actually makes extra intros that are meant to mimic the previous shows that they're mimicking, right? Yeah. So, like, even more than that, because they've made extra credits that don't do anything. This show is so much more credits than it is actual show that it is mind-boggling. They went out of their way to make extra intros to mimic shows that you've seen before so that you don't actually spend time watching the show. And that's not to say that I dislike like it. I actually really like the show, but only because I know Wanda is Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch. Only because I know Vision is Vision. Fucking android that is fucking what is his name? Iron Man's AI in his
Jarvis.
suit. Jarvis. I know he's fucking Jarvis. But I don't know why I couldn't remember. It's probably because
that's the name of one of my networks is Jarvis.
Wait, he's fucking Jarvis too? Jesus.
Yes, he's fucking Jarvis. It's partially biological. It is partially biological, but that doesn't mean he has semen. He can't procreate. If he can't handle gum, he can't procreate.
I don't think so.
2 minutes of fucking plot, right? Most of this shit is Easter eggs and a rip off of these. I hope that it will progress into being more. But the reason I'm still watching this show is not because of what I've been given so far, but because of what I expect to come, because of who I know these characters to be. I did enjoy it. It was a fun little throwback, but it certainly didn't fight sexism. It certainly didn't go and take a stand against the horrible depiction of sexism that took place in the 50s. It was fucking making jokes, and you're fucking stupid, Mary Sue. Stop throwing your ass out for everybody to see, you fucking sexist.
So what I'll add to it is because I will slightly disagree. I did like the fact that they were releasing just like one episode at a time. Well, 2 episodes in this case. For me, I'm not very familiar with the Scarlet Witch. I knew of her. I knew of Vision, but they were not like my focus point when I was getting comics. I was just like, for me, it was like Rogue and Storm. I don't know who that chick is. I see her, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. I like the Easter eggs, but I like the fact that I had to go back to the other episodes to look at stuff that didn't quite make sense when I first saw it. Then I'd see stuff in the second episode and go back. But that's just me. I'm a weirdo like that. So I like them being released one at a time. But I get where you're coming from. Mary. There's a lot of credits to this. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that they had to throw this show together so quick because Falcon and the Winter Soldier got delayed.
Mm-hmm. I think I would agree that there's probably some last minute thrown together because everybody's in a crisis mode right now, right? I get that. I do get that. But I'm appreciative that they put out, because I think they knew if they'd put out only one of these episodes on launch day, everybody would have been pissed.
Yeah, it would not have worked. I agree. No. It would not have worked.
Would not have worked at all. So they threw out 2 episodes, but we're only getting 1 each week from here on out, guys. And so you got to slog through what would have been one of these episodes every week. Here's my prediction for this, right? Because we're going through the decades here, right? So we've got the 50s. This is a 9-episode series or 9-episode season, right? So we've done the 50s and the 60s. We've got to do the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. That is 7 decades. Now let's be generous and say they just do the 2000s all in one go, right? That still only leaves them with 3 episodes where they start to get to the actual plot of what's actually going down. I expect us to have to slog through at least another 4 episodes, another month of this show doing some fucking what was that, Roseanne shit, in order for us to get a grip on what the hell is going on, right? Because they're going to have to go through the decades, which is what they've made this very apparent. I expect less than half of this show will be actual plot.
I think you're probably right. I think
I think with this one, I think we're getting a lot more plot than you think, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but
maybe. I have no freaking clue what's going on. I've seen the 2. I have no clue what the hell is going on. I am so confused. And I think at this point, for me, I did like it, but I think I'm just going to wait, let a couple episodes build up, because they are only about 15 minutes after you do the credits and the intro and all that. It ends up being about a 15-minute show, 20 minutes tops. I think I'm going to let them build up at least till I get like an hour worth and then sit down and watch them that way, because I can't imagine like getting hyped every week for that, because it's I've already seen it kind of with Bewitched and stuff. So
yeah, because like I said in my reviews, it's like you have your A story that's going on, which is the actual sitcom that you're looking at, and then you have the B plot, which consists of all of these Easter eggs that are being dropped in there. So eventually, that B plot is going to have to take over the A plot, or else
absolutely. Yeah. It's not. This is fucking stupid. Otherwise, this is really stupid.
Yeah. I love it. Watch that every week, like 15 minutes, and that's it.
Right? Like, who wants 15 minutes of Roseanne Barr? like that's not gonna fucking work. Like, but I do appreciate what I think. But I agree with you. I agree completely with what you said about the A plot and the B plot. Right now, the A plot is this transition from decade to decade, right? Which is actually really difficult to discern from the 50s to 60s, because I think of the black and white, and that's so far removed from where we live nowadays or whatever. So unless you are familiar with something like Nick at Night, the 50s and the 60s are actually pretty difficult to discern from one another because they feel very, very similar. I think that'll be a bit easier in the 70s, 80s, and 90s for most of us. But once you hit, by the time you hit the 90s, most people are going to be burnt out on this shit. Right? Like, they're going to be burnt out on this week to week A plot of just, it's just a 70s sitcom, 80s sitcom, 90s sitcom,
right?
And only 15 minutes of it. We get it. They don't remember who the fuck they are. Can we move forward, please?
Yeah.
Can we please move forward?
Like, wrap it up. Like, get people off the stage, wrap it up.
Right? We need a wrap it up box.
Yes! Dropped it on there, wrap it up. Wrap it up. But speaking of wrapping it up, I think we pretty much get the gist of just how freaking idiotic this article is. But then again, it's the Mary Sue, so we've come to expect this kind of crap from them, so we can laugh our asses off at it.
Absolutely. I know we're about to get into these super chats here, but I want you guys to hang tight. You're about to hear three women discuss chick porn, and it is glorious, and it is so incredibly glorious. All of us, you should have seen us in the previous discussion before the show even started. All we were talking about was licking spoons and shit. It was so much fun. So hang tight. We're going to talk about a show that if you're a guy, maybe you haven't heard of, maybe you're not familiar with, but it is trending number 2 on Netflix, and all the women are eating it up. So it is made for women, and I like it. I like it a lot. I liked it so much. So let's go ahead and get into these super chats here. Oliver Klossoff for $2 says, hope everyone is super duper drunk. Working on it.
Might be by the end of the show.
Rob, it's false advertising. Run now. Run now.
I said chick porn.
You didn't hear
Fucks.
I didn't hear the chick part.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, Oliver Kolosov. I am working on it. Cheers to you. I'll take a drink in your honor, my good sir. Exactly. All right, you want to grab the next one there, Mandy?
Yeah, Larry for $2. Thank you so much. I read they used black and white cameras from TV at that time.
What?
I don't think they actually used black and white cameras or even film stock for that matter. I think it's just filters in the computer. But yeah, they did a really good job at capturing that cinematography of the time, and especially the attention to detail compared to things like Wonder Woman 84. But anyway.
Even down to the clothes, but let's see, $4.99. We don't have the name of who did this particular super chat, but thank you for it. The woman who wrote this article clearly doesn't get any dick in her life.
Oh shit, I screwed up on there where I evidently didn't get the name. Sorry about that.
By the way, hello ladies. What's up, Tom? Always to good see brother. I guess always good to see you, brother.
Yeah. It's just, they had a merry moment. That's fine. El Punctresse, I hope I said that right, sends a winky face. How you doing? Their DNA tests for your pregnancy.
Oh man.
Yes, please, we're gonna need those apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new thing now.
Watch out, guys. Your battery-operated boyfriend's going to get you knocked up.
Been safe for the last 2 years. I'm not sure.
I'm not. This isn't all about you, Mary.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
I look out for other women as well, you know.
Okay.
Just saying. You don't have to make it all about Mary and her vibrator. Okay, it's about all women's vibrators.
Okay.
What? Roger Hayes for $1.99 Canadian. Thank you so much, and a thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too, sir.
Yeah. And Culture Casino with another super sticker, a Doomicorn.
Doom.
The Stark brand vibrator. It brings home the bacon.
Hillis
And then does some shaking.
Hillis Mallory for $2 says the reason is to attack the nuclear family. No, you're absolutely right. That's all these fucking psycho feminists want to do.
Yeah.
No, somebody I didn't say I was into chicken porn. It said it's chick porn. All right.
No, he's just hungry. He's just hungry.
I want Rob to host the next show.
Really? I can make that happen.
I think Rob making chicken porn jokes would be great.
I have a story about that, but I'm not going to tell it here. But I do have a story about that
With chicken porn.
Yeah.
Man,
oh my god!
No, it wasn't. No, I saw somebody, I believe, having their way with the chicken while I was eating at Burger King, and I went back the next day to make sure I was there. That I saw it, and there was a hole in the window, like the screen of the window, the size of a chicken, where apparently he worked it so hard it fell out the window at some point.
What?
I'm not shitting you. That is a true story. I saw it with my own eyes. It was bizarre, but it did happen. I saw it.
Did he cook it afterwards?
I don't know. I was just in the park. I was just sitting in a parking lot eating my double bacon cheeseburger and some fries. And I looked up at this building across the street and I was like, is that guy humping a chicken? And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. So
wow.
There y'all go. I wasn't supposed to tell it here, but I ended up doing it. But that's a true story. It happened.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Mandy, you got Matt G?
Let me see. I'm lost. Okay, I think I found it. Matt G for $2. Thank you so much. Oh my God, Mandy, you're in charge at home. You're a comic skater. Thank you. I am in charge. I rule things with an iron fist. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel tough when I say it.
Willie Woodward for $5. Thank you so much, Willie. Comforting hug, Mary. No creepo. And older men can only have kids if they have a young wife because there's no way an old man can keep up with a kid.
No, I mean, I get it. Look, I appreciate that, Willie, so very much. And I'm not trying to put my personal shit out there, but it's true. Women recognize they have a biological clock and they want to have their fucking kids, right? When they're not so old that their grandkids are, alive and they're dead.
Yeah.
So you want to have some grandbabies on your knee.
Mm-hmm.
Still ways away from that.
Willie, I'm really starting to wonder about you. He's graduated from furry to feathery.
You leave Willie alone. He's a sweetheart. Matt G for $5 says, to be fair, it's okay for people to choose not to have kids as well. Some people shouldn't be parents. It's why SJWs exist. Idiots who made a bad choice.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
As I was saying earlier, not all children are precious. Okay,
no, I get that. Nobody's saying everybody should have kids, but women do have that drive, right? Like most women have that drive, right? Some women have them too young. Some women really shouldn't have kids. Some people really shouldn't fuck chickens.
Nope.
They should not. They should not.
What the cluck?
You're up, Mandy.
Jeffrey Turner for $2. Thank you so much. Don't be a hater, be a lover. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just not a lover of chickens.
No.
You don't want to be a chicken
It
lover.
wasn't okay then, and I still stand
There
by
was
that
a
it's
South
not
Park
okay
episode about that too.
Yes, there was. We call him the chicken lover. Using it to teach people how to read. Oh, Demaj and I for $2. Thank you so much. Greetings, Tom and ladies. Yes, talk dirty to us.
And I'm so sorry.
wow.
I kind of stomped on that last super chat. I don't know if we got all of it in there, but
Which one?
About
the one before Demaj and I. Jeffrey Turner. Oh, don't be a hater, be a lover. I just wanted to make sure that Jeffrey, we got that. Yeah, that was because I just didn't want him to feel like I stepped all over his super chat.
greetings, Demajani. Nice to see you. I might have swooned a little bit earlier, actually, when he said he would catch all of us. I think we should make him do it at the same time.
Yes.
I think Demajani should.
God damn it, Willie.
That's on point right there.
There's a lot of chicken stuff going on.
Who's going chicken hunting?
I'm gonna have to change my furry image from dolphin to chicken now. From Willie Woodward, I'm sorry, from Stephen Otten for $5. Who writes these articles? Are they human beings or robots? Convince me anyone working at the Mary Sue is a person. Convince me of that.
Yeah.
Just saying. No, probably not though.
Poor.
You're on Demajani there, Mandy.
Okay, Devonjanai for $2. Thank you so much, Love Bug. I'll catch all three of you ladies
at the same time.
Yeah,
do it.
Go ahead.
Well, believe me, if we ever meet, I'm going to swoon, and you better catch. I'm holding you to it. Don't let me fall my ass on the ground and be like, "Dang, you fell."
No, he's gonna have to try to catch you two while you're trying to fall softly, and I'm trying to like tackle the fuck out.
Yeah. It's not gonna be easy to do, but we believe in you.
Yeah,
I'm like jumping off a trampoline and getting some height.
Right?
You said you were gonna catch all of us. Go for it.
You didn't give strict parameters. You just said,
I want to get caught like in Dirty Dancing. I want to run and be lifted up in the air.
Oh, I love that scene.
It's all special effects. Guys can't really do that.
I want to fall.
That's not true. I had a boyfriend once in high school, and I made him learn how to do it.
The women in the chat unfair expectations.
I want to fall into the fucking Wile E. Coyote when he falls into a canyon.
I've had the time of my life. Sorry, honey. Honey?
I did not expect that sound effect. Willie Woodward for $10. Back in 2008, I worked at a marketing survey company, and I asked a rep why most of the surveys were female heavy. They told me that females control the money, so they cared more about what the females thought. Same then as it is now. Yeah, I did market research when I was in high school. One of the worst jobs I ever had, but it paid. And a lot of the surveys, they would specifically tell us only interview women as head of household. Don't interview men.
Yes,
because that's what they were interested in. Women making, the purchasing decisions for the household, unless it was a car, then they wanted just to interview men if it was for like purchasing a car, but everything else, they just want to talk to women.
Yep, exactly. I feel like that's legit. That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Crispy Critters for $2 says, "You're all terrible." We know.
Yeah.
Awful. Yes,
I think it's supposed to be us terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah. We're terrible.
I needed a you there to think that one, Tom.
That's terrible.
Jesus, Terminator.
Oh God, Terminator.
Holy shit. All
I was not ready.
Mexican Iron Man for $15. Wow, thank you so much. Oh my God, you three are real life Avengers. Oh, I love it. Fine, you can take my Amex card and take my iron suit, take my tortilla warmer, and take my comics collection. But please don't stop yelling at me because it's awesome. Hugs and kisses. Oh, thank you.
I feel like I should be drinking more alcohol if you want me to keep yelling at you.
Slade Wilson for $5. Wanda is a living reality gem. She can create whatever she wants. That's her true power.
I know that the fact that she impregnated, I get it. She impregnated herself. I'm familiar. I got it. But still, Vision has to have questions.
A lot of questions.
Where is the semen?
Where's the semen? Where'd all the semen come from?
Did that happen? I mean,
was from that guy with that chicken? That's right.
Yeah, she stole it from the chicken fucker.
It happened, y'all. I'm not lying.
I don't know why I believe you, but I do.
I'm dead serious. I saw it with my own eyes. I know what I saw.
I ran across something similar one time on the internet, but
that doesn't count. That doesn't. You can find anything on the internet.
That chicken did look really upset, though.
No, I gotta give Mandy the points for seeing it in real life. Like, yeah, that's like you're not gonna see that every day.
No, and the chicken wasn't happy. Its feet were moving so fast it looked like it was river dancing.
I hate to say what happened to that poor chicken. I hope that chicken did get away. I hope you're right.
I do too. I hope it escaped.
Fuck this! I'm making a run for it. Talk about chicken run based on a true story.
The chicken just throws itself out the window like Wile E. Coyote.
Chicken run. This time, there's really something to run for.
Oh my God. Oh God! Where the heck are we?
Slade Wilson is where you're at, Lorena.
Oh, I already read that one.
Oh, okay. Then we're on me, Christian Coralejo for $5. Says, pretty sure Vision's body is partially biological. If you remember Age of Ultron accurately, you also brought up Wanda's powers, so that could factor in. No. Look, I get it. But in this particular series or whatever, she just turns around and she's pregnant and Vision has questions.
I know. He's just like it's can I get to at least fake it?
Lock the shit out now. Look, Vision has a right to have questions. You just made yourself pregnant. Like, babe, maybe I didn't want kids, right? Like, it's just an interesting. You guys are reading too deep into this shit.
Well, I mean, it was a good time, though. He did just get a promotion at work. It's,
it's perfect. Just fitting into the neighborhood. Of course, it was for the children.
For the children.
Absolutely. God, you're fucking blowing up super chats. All right, let's try to get.
I gotta ask Mandy though, when when the chicken ran away, did you hear somebody going, "Camilla, where are you?"
I left before he finished. He wasn't like one of those get her done type guys. He was gonna make a night of it. I finished.
You can't just rush into something like that.
I finished my bacon cheeseburger and then I left thinking, wow, that's some fucked up stuff going on over there.
He's spreading bird seed on the bed, lighting candles.
Does she got a friend? Not all the great.
Okay, I think the next one is on me. M Tax Shark for $1.99. Thank you so much. I like that name. Thanks are written on top of a purple heart.
Aww. Sweet. Thank
you. Matt G for $5. Thank you. Episodes remind me of Pleasantville. True.
Yes.
Tobey Maguire was in that movie, and one of the characters he plays, last name is Parker. Mind blown. Pleasantville is MCU.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that. That's reasonable. Yeah, it's a good movie, actually. I actually had fun with that movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a lot
nice
of fun.
flick.
Willie Woodward for $2 says, thanks, Mandy, for telling your chicken story. Yeah, that one.
You're welcome.
For a while. We're not living that one down for a bit there, my dear.
That happened.
We're on.
It seems so familiar. Strangely familiar. I'm going back there someday.
Oh my God. 16-bit mascot for $3.50. Thank you so much. Hey, ladies, love toxic femme after a rough work day. Oh, we are so happy to be here and make you guys' work day a little bit better because it is a Monday.
Yeah.
I get it. It's Monday.
It is Monday. That's true. As Mandy noted earlier, so prolifically, it was just Monday.
So we have Matt G for $5. Thank you. Like, oh my God, Mandy, we got a restaurant here called Cluck You Chicken. I'm now never going there again. Get clucked. As if.
Oh shit, I love it.
Freaking love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fatal J in the chat. Warning, there's a fatal J in the chat.
Hi, Joe Koalas.
Terminus for $5 says, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Neither. It was the guy Mandy saw humping the chicken.
Chicken!
I think I just killed Lorena. Shit. Here, quick, sign this waiver.
Oh, God. That never fails to kill me.
Make sure it's a waiver you're signing, Lorena.
Oh my gosh.
Waiver, marriage license, they're all the same.
Oh, God. Oh,
Mandy, you're on deck 812, Mandy.
Oh, okay. Gek 812 for $5 Australian. Thank you so much. What do you think about the recent bias against natural redhead characters? When not race swapped, they're played by blondes with bad dye jobs.
Yeah, it's horseshit, actually.
It really is, yeah.
I was having a conversation with Andrew the other day, and it's every fucking where. But I have a better question for you, and it's this: why the fuck do we keep associating gingers with red-haired ginger with red-haired people? Ginger's ivory in color. Where the hell did this happen? When did this happen? Why did this happen? Ginger is not red, people. All right, why are we doing this? I'm making a call for sanity. All right,
I have no idea. But one thing I do know is I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, to be fair, there is this thing, though, about any redhead or gingers or anybody, that is totally getting, like, destroyed. Like, even down to, like, Jimmy Olsen, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. It's maybe because there's just so few good redheaded actors in Hollywood. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know, but I know it's irritating to me. Because I had no problem whatsoever with seeing redheaded characters, and that's like what I expect to see. So I don't like
problem, though. We're gonna create a whole new class of victims if we're not careful here, guys. I don't need any more victims running around Hollywood.
Oh, we can't keep track of the ones we got.
South Park did an episode about that too.
They did do an episode about that, yeah.
Yeah,
that one was funny.
Can you ladies get the chat? I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Actually, I think it was a series of episodes, wasn't it? Because like Cartman finds out he's ginger, and he freaks out.
Yeah, I think there was. I think it was like a few.
Because he wants to commit gingercide, and then he finds out he's a ginger.
And then there was the one where they did like Children of the Corn type thing.
That's the one I remember.
I think those are all part of the same deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
I could be wrong. Like, I think it's a multi-part episode, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
It was funny.
Oh my gosh, it was freaking hysterical.
There's so much South Park, it starts to blend at some points. Yeah.
Who were we on?
I think
okay, Willie.
On me? Okay. Willie Woodward for $5. Thank you, Willie. Ladies, since in the movies Vision is part vibranium, do you think Vision's junk is like a battery-less vibrator? Dude looks about as anatomically correct as a Ken doll. So
he can make it whatever size he wants.
This is true.
Oh, well,
really?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
I guess so. Okay.
He can conform
I
to
did
your
not
needs.
need that picture in my head. Anyway.
I'm okay with that picture. I'm totally good with that. So. Demonjanai for $2.
Sorry.
Demonjanai for $2. Thank you so much, Lovebug. I can catch 3 of y'all at once. Hashtag strong like a bull. Yeah, boy.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's quite a tall order here. These ladies are feisty. They're hard to wrangle. I'll tell you that much. And I think Mary is still away.
Mary is back.
Oh, Mary is back. Just in time for Crispy Critters super chat there.
Crispy Critters for $2 says somebody's gonna drop a net on all you guys.
That kind of goes really great with the last thing that you're just talking about, actually. Because Demonjali's like, I'm gonna get you all. I'm like, these ladies are hard to wrangle.
Yeah, you have any idea how hard a time Tom has with us?
Yeah, I ain't as good as I once was, but I might be good once as I ever was. I'll tell you that much, Sean.
I know. I understood that reference. I understood that reference.
I did too.
Good song.
Are we throwing super chats here? We're an hour and a half.
I think we are caught up on the super chats, ladies. You guys did an amazing job. We got through those. We have another story to get through, and I'm gonna go mosey in the back.
Yeah, I bet you are for this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so this one's kind of hard to tackle. It's a little bit different here. It boils down to a show that all of us ladies have seen, and we're all just right. This is the chick part where
This sucks.
We shut up, Tom. Don't ruin this prize.
Yes, leave us alone.
I am looking
I'll
at
be
the
good.
Duke right
I'll be good. I'll be
Hey,
good.
I'm trying to look at the Duke right now.
I'm gonna go make some toast.
Good.
Yeah, make sure you don't burn it.
Yeah, don't burn that.
Look at that man.
Look at that man right there. I've been given permission to swoon a little bit tonight. So it's a show on it's a show on Netflix, guys. It's the second highest rated show. This is literally landing above Cobra Kai right now.
You just shut your mouth.
It's you don't have to like it. Facts don't care about your feelings, Tom.
Just shut your mouth. Shut
Facts don't care about your feelings, Tom.
Shut up. Just shut up. Just shut.
He'll be all right. All right.
Okay.
So Bridgerton is the second highest rated show on Netflix right now. Look, you don't have to have watched it to understand that it's fucking chick porn, okay? This shit, I have one word that can describe this show, and it's called foreplay, okay? This show is foreplay incarnate, all right? And the wonderful thing about it is it's incredibly diverse. It's set in the I think it's mid 1800s is when it's set. Okay, look. No, you know
what? No, he looks better than Trevor Noah because Trevor Noah was a little soy punk. But anyway,
no, don't you talk about the dude?
Yeah, I gotta go with that. Like this guy's definitely.
You haven't watched this show, all right? This man punches the fuck out of people, all right? This is man's man. He is an alpha if there is one, if there ever was one. The Duke is the and he's licking spoons to boot. My God,
yeah.
This is glorious. So it's like a fantasy novella for women or whatever, brought to life on the screen. It's based in the 1800s, and it's all very, very mixed race, right? Which I never batted an eye at when I watched it, because God forbid I have a fucking show I just fucking watch and enjoy and don't have to sit there and pick apart racially, right? Like these people are just doing the do, and he's got a great butt, and I'm good with it, right? So we're watching this show, and all of us can agree, I think, that this is chick porn, right? This is foreplay incarnate. This is a lot of fun for girls to watch. Never mind that it's set in the mid 1800s, where the oppression of women was so incredibly paramount, where women were so misused and mistreated. They were only available for one thing, and that was marriage and having babies or whatever, right? That's all women were good for. So there are multiple articles here. I'm not going to read both of them all the way through, but they both come at this show sideways for two reasons. One is that does Bridgerton have a race problem? And the other one is Bridgerton sexist? And I can tell you right now, it's not fucking either. It's a fucking show based in the mid 1800s that applies the logic of the mid 1800s, at least in terms of women, to it, right? That was what women did back then, right?
Right.
It's just what it was. And somehow, amazingly, women don't fucking care. Women don't care that this show is based in the 1800s and is showing and depicting women as being, I suppose, subservient towards men or subservient to men, and somehow less revered, I suppose. It depicts it in multiple ways. Like the women keep saying, oh, we're just here to have babies. We're just here to get married and have babies. And I don't fucking care because I don't have 1800s PTSD. I didn't live through that time. It doesn't apply to me. No woman in the Western world has to sit there and feel, I guess, weird about it or whatever, because we didn't live through that.
Because the only thing that I care about watching this is amazing freaking looking clothes and hot dudes.
Yes.
And that's all I freaking care about now.
Dudes telling women to touch themselves.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, breathing up on her neck. All right, guys in the chat, y'all will not understand this, but there is a particular scene in this show where this very handsome man that you're looking at right now is licking a spoon.
And taking his time
licking this spoon. I have never wanted to give a man a snack pack so bad in my life, you guys.
We were literally discussing earlier. We were like, we got to go to a con with this guy and take some plastic spoons with us and make him sign them.
Yeah.
Don't understand. Every one of us got horny as fuck watching this man lick this spoon. Bless Lorena. She's about halfway through the series at this point. When you came in earlier, what did you say to me, Lorena, about the show when you first came in?
Why am
Talking about, you were like, I got to watch all this. Now I'm hooked.
I said, Mary, now I am freaking hooked on this show. Oh my God. It's just literally from the first episode. Because one, all the characters are fleshed out. I mean, you get emotionally invested from, the people who are desperate to the guys who are just a-holes, to dudes with something to prove, to the mothers who are trying to hook their daughters up with good marriage.
Yeah, but Cobra Kai's got karate in it too, just saying.
Okay.
But it's a different kind of hook with Cobra Kai.
Fine.
I love Cobra Kai, but you know what? If Johnny was licking a spoon, I'd like that too.
No, I wouldn't. Did you see Johnny laying down in that bed after he did it with Carmen? That man's chest is flappy. Fucking the Duke is tight. Simon is
everywhere.
He
everywhere.
Is solid. He is built. He has a strut on him like you would not freaking believe. But what I'll say is, for every bodice ripper romance novel, because yes, I did used to read them, basically that concept is dropped into this. It's like Mary was saying, it's basically foreplay, which is what it is. That's why romance models take so freaking long to get to the good part. Women like that emotional buildup, and that's what you see here on screen.
Absolutely. And I hope they do the same damn thing in season 2. So to break this down for everybody so they understand what the fuck we're talking about what is essentially a romance novel for chicks depicted on screen. It's not meant to be more. It's not meant to be a breakdown of race relations or the sexism that was apparent in mid 1800s England, right? That's not what this fucking show is about. This show is about giving women a good old-fashioned foreplay novel that they can sit there and fucking just melt over, right? That's all this is. That's all it's meant to be. That's all it's supposed to be. The show knows what it is, and it gives you and there's a reason. It is trending number 2 on Netflix, right? There's a reason, and that's because somebody had a fucking idea what women wanted to see. God bless your heart. Thank you. I haven't seen anything like this in fucking ages. Tell me the last time you saw some shit like this. Fucking
It's
in a good way.
In a good way.
I really can't remember.
Exactly.
I mean, I've seen it done in a crappy way, and that would be 50 Shades of Grey.
yeah, that was not the best.
Hard pass.
No, this shit, like you would have to go back to some straight up Gone with the Wind to get the kind of shit that, like, in terms of foreplay and the build up.
Oh, somebody said the Tudors in the chat.
Okay, that I love. I love
Tudors. I did love the Tudors.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that show.
Oh my God, Mary.
No. Is it my turn? Is it my turn now to be hooked on something?
Yes.
Henry Cavill is in it.
No.
Jonathan Rhys Davies is in it.
Okay.
Natalie Dormer is in it. The Tudors is good God.
It is amazing.
Yes.
And historically, it's fairly accurate, actually. For this one with Bridgerton, I did not go to this for any historical accuracy.
No,
not even a little bit. It's fun. It's
not what it's about, though. It's not what it's about. This isn't about being historically accurate. If it were, it wouldn't have a fucking black queen, right?
Right.
And so, like, just to kind of break this down for you, yes, there's a black queen. They've got an interracial king and queen, right? They hearken to some actual figures that happened in the past or whatever, but this isn't meant to be historically accurate. I liken it to The Greatest Showman and its depiction of P.T. Barnum. This is not supposed to be a historical representation of what went down. You're supposed to be having a good time. It knows what it is.
Kind of like Hamilton.
Exactly like Hamilton, right?
Yes.
Hamilton is not. Hamilton's giving you a fucking musical, right? This is not trying to be history. And it doesn't care. It doesn't care that it's not those things because it knows what it is. Mandy's lost it, and I don't know why.
Darius in the chat said, "What happened to all these spoons?"
Like, seriously, I need y'all to tweet spoons at these ladies, okay? tweet spoons at these ladies. They will know what the fuck you're talking about, right? Like, it's seriously as good as literally sending us a pic of a dildo at this point. Like, that's tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, Lorena.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
She's not lying.
The show is chick porn, and it's trending. Exactly. It's trending #2 on Netflix. Why? Because women have spending power, because women have Netflix, because women watch Netflix, and because we want to see a booty doing its thing. God, Lorena, you got to finish watching this show.
Yes, you really do. You really do. So we can gossip about it
tonight.
But no, it's honestly though, the characters are, put aside the fact that they did do the chick porn thing beautifully. They pulled me in episode 1. It's beautifully written, you guys. It really is. It's good. It really freaking is. And I have not, I think the Tudors is the closest I can come to having a show kind of like this that is as good. It's an amazing show. It really, really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually kind of wanted to go read the books because of the show.
Wait. There's books?
Yes! Girl, the next one is The Viscount Who Loved Me. So Anthony, her older brother, the idiot.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, the next one is The Viscount Who Loved Me. So we get to circle around all of his shit next book, right? So this is a picture here of 2 of the main black lead characters in the show. This is Simon, the Duke of Hastings, and he is in this season. I would say the secondary lead, the main lead being Daphne, and he's her beau. He's the one that's courting her. She's courting him, or having a faux courting, if you will. And he's a black man, and he's front and center and portrayed in a terribly interesting way. And then the woman standing next to him is Lady Danbury, and she is by far the strongest.
Oh my gosh. She is amazing in this. I've never seen this actress before, but her presence on the screen is just commanding.
It is.
You can't, it's like you look forward to, when is she going to show up again? When is she going to show up again? Because she's just that powerful, and her character is written just so well. It's just,
She is amazing. The absolute shit in this. So this whole article here, this is the family, the Bridgertons. So we're going to kind of skip down a bit here. So you can't say a race isn't of consequence when the world these characters inhabit was created in part through racism, Heinz wrote. Having Black people strolling around in the background doesn't erase that. And it's not enough. It means that the topic is relevant and should be addressed accordingly. So let me get this straight. Because a Black person is in the show, you have to address racism? Are you fucking serious?
That's what they think has to be done, which is why everything they do is a massive failure.
Is that not racism in and of itself?
It's absolutely
a Black person to break out of that mold of we have to discuss racism. Like
it absolutely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Mary. No. Please, Lorena.
I was gonna say it absolutely is. This is fiction. This is historical fiction. Okay, we're not being exact to what was going on in England in the 1800s. Okay, they are two completely separate things.
They've just been abundantly clear.
Yeah, just because you want to, hey, let's see what it is, realistically, and Black people weren't this and Black people weren't that. If you're doing something historical, okay, fine, but that's not what's going on here. Yeah, and because it's interesting. I didn't hear this same kind of criticism about Hamilton.
Nope.
I didn't hear that. It was, oh, it's great. We've got this racial cast that's going on, and it's amazing, and it's groundbreaking and all that. No one said, well, some people did say, well, oh, it doesn't depict the reality of the time. But the big thing is, it's fiction. Hamilton is not there to teach you history. Bridgerton is not there to teach you history. You want to know history? Go and find it yourself.
Yeah, Hamilton's not there to teach you history. Neither is Bridgerton. Bridgerton is not there to teach you what happened between the racist aspect of mid 1800s England, right? It's there to get ladies off. That's what Bridgerton's there for. It's literally it's there to get Lorena to fucking see a spoon and need 5 minutes. That's why it's there. That's why it's there, all right? That's the reason Bridgerton exists, is so that women like myself and Lorena and Mandy can all literally have a PTSD attack every time we go in the kitchen to get some ice cream and we need a spoon. That's why it exists.
You enjoy that, Rob. Not mad at you.
No, we do. We are aware that you guys are probably not going to agree with
this. Oh, sorry, Mandy. I was just going to say, I also agree with this other comment earlier, which I think is too far gone. Oh, here it is. If it had karate in it, it'd be number one. So
There's got fighting in it. It's got fighting and boxing and stuff.
That's not the same.
There's a lot of boxing and shit ton of blood in it. Look, we're women, Tom. I'm sorry, we're women. Yeah. We're not men. We're not men. And sometimes that needs to be highlighted, right? But the point of this being, we're having a wonderful time. There is no spoon. I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a spoon. There was a spoon, and there was a tongue, and then later there was some touching yourself and some ass play, and I was like,
ass play. What? Somebody say ass play?
Poop. Poop mouth. Poop out of your mouth.
I didn't see that episode yet.
It's this. Okay, so let me go on with the article here. So in the New York Times, Solomon called it a strange choice to have only Black characters discuss race, a decision that risks reinforcing the very white privilege it seeks to undercut. Yeah, but if you'd had white people do it, you would have said the same damn thing.
You can't write anything to please them. It wouldn't have mattered.
If you'd had white people discuss the whole race aspect of it, you'd have said that they had no idea what they were talking about. They had no personal experience, so it was invalid.
Exactly.
But there's no pleasing these people. Why is it? Why the fuck is it that we can't just have a fucking show that women can get off to, go get their vibrator and go, God, that was good, and call it fucking a day? Why can't we do that?
Let me add something else here. Do you know who the executive producer of Bridgerton is?
Please.
Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes is a Black woman. Shonda Rhimes helped write and produce Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice, and Scandal.
I mean,
how the hell are you going to call this quote unquote racist and it's executive produced by Black women? Are you seriously?
I don't think they took that into consideration.
No.
They needed this historical fantasy to depict the realities of racial inequality because it had Black people in it. They wanted this show to be something it's not, right? They wanted this show to do something that it was never intended to do. This show exists to get women horny, right? This is the show. Remember earlier when we were talking about how guys do things they don't want to do in order to get laid later? This is that show you have to watch. Okay, this is the show you're gonna sit there. This is the one you sit there and your wife turns and looks at you and goes, "We should get you a pirate shirt. We should get you a fluffy armed pirate shirt. We should get you one of those and like a vest and some calf high boots with a little wedge, right? This is that show. This is that show you sit through with your spouse, and you don't want to sit through it. I mean, I don't know if guys don't want to sit through this. That's fair.
No. Like, oh God, I don't want to watch.
Unless you're gay, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I was watching this a couple of days ago, and my husband walked through. He said, "What is that shit?" And I said, "It's a new show I'm watching." And he looked and went, "Nope, pass." And then he walked off. But it really is good. It really is. So I know that guys y'all probably are not going to rush to go watch this. But let me just tell you, it is amazing. And yet again, we have something that whether you are into it or not, a lot of women are. And again, the SJWs are there poking up their ugly heads, turning it into something that it was never supposed to be, because they can't keep their nasty little hands out of everything that everybody loves. So it's another example of how they're fucking up everything.
Yes, you are going to have to do the pirate thing again, Crispy Critters. And here's why. Here's why. Because you'll get laid later. This is the show you watch with your chick that you don't want to fucking watch because she's sitting there getting wet. And because she is sitting there going, I need a fucking spoon. I need you to lick this spoon right now. Lick, no, not like that. There's not fucking pork and beans on it. Lick the spoon. Right? Take your time, man.
That's how this guy does it. That's how I want you to do it.
I need you to tell me to touch myself while you're breathing on my neck, right? That's what the show does. Oh my God, I literally need to go watch the show again right now. I need to go watch the show again right now. You don't understand. He leans in and he breathes on her neck while he is telling her, what do you mean you've never touched yourself? That's what the whole point of the show is. It is chick porn. It is the point, him breathing on her neck and telling her that when she goes home that night to touch herself between her legs where you're supposed to, right? And then she does, and she's like, well, this is new, and that's awesome. And we're all like, okay, girl, we're proud of you. And you just, you kind of identify with this girl. Like that moment when you were like 14 and you were like, whoa, well, that's what that does. And so... Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
I mean, for real, that whole scene, I'm just like, is he really going to go there?
Yeah.
Is he going to go there? Is he going to go there? And I swear, I don't think I breathed for like 2 minutes.
No, girl. It's good. It's good. It's good. I've never been so happy to see a butt. To see a butt on screen. I've never been so happy to see a man going way too damn fast, and I don't care because this shit's been overdue. Right?
It's
overdue.
Part yet.
I know you're not to that. I don't want to ruin it for you, but you need to text me though when you sign.
I might need some ice for that part.
You need to take the ice and the vibrator, making sure it's charged or got new batteries.
This is the reason why men had to used to just smack a woman and be like, calm down and get a hold of yourself.
You don't understand, Tom. You don't understand. And that's okay. You have a penis. That's fine. We don't expect
Last time I checked, I
almost said something mean as fuck.
I'm sure you did. Yeah. We'll go there if you want to.
Mandy lost her shit. Look,
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I haven't heard her say shit for like 5 minutes.
I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just rolling with it at this point. But that dude is fine as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. He is gorgeous. And he licks a spoon like nobody's business.
Well, hold
I'm
up.
just saying.
I got another one here. So it's this next one, and because the show's been accused of all the things.
They're hitting it from every angle.
Yeah,
trying to find some way to make the writers and the producers change the aspect of the show that we love and turn it into bullshit as usual.
Don't knock the spoon talk. That spoon was amazing. Right? And look, when we were watching this, and I actually have this question for both of you ladies. When you were watching this, before all of this shit about sexism and racism, because yes, all of it gets flung at this show, right? Did you ever even think about the fact that he was black and she was white?
No.
The only thing, and this is why this didn't bother me. One, dude looks Creole. Two,
he does.
The history of my family in both Florida and in Louisiana, this was the norm. Yeah. This was the norm. You saw mixed race couples. Now, granted, when the Americans took over, they started passing laws against this, but having unions like this and people getting together like this was not out of the ordinary. It was just another day in New Orleans, just another day in St. Augustine. So when I saw this, I didn't see it as, okay, I'm not colorblind, I'm not blind. So yes, it's a black guy, it's a white woman, but that was it. I'm just like, hey, I want to see what freaking happens.
You didn't care, right? You didn't care.
I didn't care. I just cared that the story was good. I cared that there was some kind of emotional investment going on, that there was sexual tension going on. That's all I cared about. I just want to see a good show.
They related to two people as two people do, right? They related to one another in terms of, that male-female sexual tension aspect, as males and females do relate to one another. I mean, women and women do too. I'm sorry. We're not going on the gay tangent here. What I'm trying to say is that they related to one another in the way that you would expect. And none of us batted an eye at that because you shouldn't. Because the show didn't bat an eye at it, so we didn't bat an eye at it. So when all of these critics come to the trough to feed themselves and gorge themselves on their SJW pious nonsense, right? About, how this is about race, when it's not fucking about race. Right? Where the show never pointed out race except one time where it asked for, they knew everybody would want an explanation, right? Why is there a black queen? Right. Why is there a black duke, right? When that doesn't make sense in terms of historical context. So you had a question and they wanted to answer it. They answered the question. And then they went about answering that question in such a way that was applicable to the story at hand. The duke doesn't want to be with Daphne here because he made a vow that he would never sire children, and he doesn't believe in love, right? And so because he doesn't believe in love, he's apprehensive towards a relationship with Daphne. When Lady Danbury, fucking Lady Danbury comes in and drops the motherfucking mic and explains to him that love conquers all. Why do we have a mixed society here? Because a white king fell in love with a black queen. And that was, and through telling him that story, she explains to him that love conquers all. And that's why you should be in love. So somehow they managed to do this wonderful bit of writing where they explain why it is that he should move forward with this relationship, while simultaneously giving you an answer why it is that black people hold these titles of notoriety. Right? And that is a wonderful bit of writing. And the story is very well written. Very, very well written. I'm invested in all of these characters. Absolutely invested. It never purports itself to be a tackling of the issue of race or of the issue of sexism. Now, when it comes to the sexism aspect, there's like one chick, her little sister, who's fucking running around by like, I don't want to get married.
Yeah.
I don't want to have babies. That sounds like shit.
Yeah.
University.
You kind of roll your eyes at her and you're like, girl, go put the damn dress on. You look good.
What's wrong with you?
Right.
Clearly, she was adopted.
No, that's what I love about the show, though, is they address it and then they move on to this amazing storyline. They don't have to sit there and like try to beat it into your head that, you know, the difference and the fact that, you know, they just don't do any of that. It is, they address why and then they move on. And it really is beautifully written. It is an amazing story. Yeah, they nailed everything. And again, people are, you know, oh, well, it's racist. I have found that these people that are yelling what everything's racist are the most racist people of all of them. They're the ones that warp all of this shit where normal people just sit and watch this and think, damn, this is a cool ass story. This is awesome. They're sitting there like literally trying to, they're racist as fuck is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at.
They are.
Absolutely.
They are.
It's really bizarre that you can't just let women have their fucking chick porn. Why can't you just let us have a chick porn without inserting your sexism and your racism into it? None of us sat there and watched this show and said to ourselves, God, man, I'm having flashbacks about that one time that I was forced into a marriage with a man I didn't love because I didn't have children. None of us sat there and were worried about that. Right?
No, not once. Not once in my life was that ever a fear for me.
Let women enjoy what women want to enjoy, which is why this sucker is number 2 on Netflix. And even though I hadn't heard it before, saw one episode and like, okay, this is delightful.
Right?
Delightful.
This is delightful.
And you know, they can just as easily go out. Nobody has to change this. They can go out and make their own show. It's gonna suck, but they could do it and add in all the racial stuff they want to. But as for most people, we just want a good storyline done by a good actresses. We want good story, good acting. And I will also say about this has some awesome fucking music. The music is amazing in this.
All that.
Yes, it is. The music and you know, I bitched about the music in Wonder Woman 84 and how there wasn't any. That is not the case with this one. The soundtrack for this is incredible.
It's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, I think the reason the soundtrack exists the way that it does is because it's meant to show you it's current day music that's set to like a violin string quartet kind of thing. That goes about letting you know that this is not reality, right?
Right. It very much reminds me of the soundtrack from that Heath Ledger, A Knight's Tale.
Knight's Tale?
Yes. It has some pretty funky music in it as well. Like I love the dance scene where I think it's a David Bowie song playing and they're dancing to it, and I like that scene.
That's cool. That's good.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some of these super chats here. Let's see. Willie Woodward. I'll start off. Yeah, there we go. Willie Woodward for $2 says, takeaway. Bridgerton equals lady splooge fodder. Yeah, man, watch Bridgerton with your ladies. Watch Bridgerton with your ladies.
Yeah. There is a good chance if you do, you guys will get laid. So I do. I pride myself as being a good wing woman, and I want to get you guys laid. Go watch this with your girls. And there is a 85% chance that if you don't bitch about it and just watch it and act interested, you're going to get some. So,
absolutely.
No pain, no gain.
Right?
We should totally talk about Cobra Kai, though. Absolutely. Let's talk about Cobra Kai for the third time. Let's do that.
All right. What do we want to talk about?
Okay. I know you were being sarcastic, but you done walked right into that one.
Well, you highlighted it, so it's just commentary. I believe we're on retro there for you, Mandy.
Oh, okay. Retro Lim for £199. I think that's how you say it. £1.99. That's
right. I love it.
He taught me how to do it. Bridget Jones' Diary. I didn't like Bridget Jones' Diary.
I didn't either. This is way better.
Way better.
Yeah, definitely.
Way better. Hillis Mallory for $2. Thank you. The Tick Spoon. Yes, I did think about that. I remember that for the Tick. His battle cry.
That's funny.
16-bit mascot for $3.50 says, "Hey guys, got our boob tube. Ladies need it too." Exactly. Right? Ladies enjoy watching a certain sort of kind of thing every once in a while as well. So, and this is toxic femininity. I'll put the femininity in quotation marks there. So, every once in a while.
I didn't stop you guys from talking about it, did I?
I like that shirt.
No, not at all. So yeah,
you were supposed to have gotten one. Haven't you gotten it yet, Mandy?
I have not, but as soon as I do, I'm going to do a happy dance.
All right, well, I'll get on that.
Is it on me?
Yeah.
Or is it? Okay. Let me see. The John Beck for $2. Thank you so much. In your houses, who licked the spoons and 2 forks? People lick spoons. Yeah. That guy licked a spoon.
He did.
It was exciting. I'm not joking. I've never wanted to give somebody some pudding more in my entire life.
It was goodness. It was delicious.
It was.
Crispy Critters for $2. Am I going to have to do the pirate thing again?
Apparently.
If you want to keep your lady.
Yeah. Slap that eye patch on and go for it.
Retro Unalim for $3.99 says, "Vibrator quoted throughout. Ain't men good anymore?" Of course you're good. Of course you're good. But not all of us ladies have a bow present right at this very moment. So we do the bob. That's what it is. So,
which of course in German means a whale's vagina.
I thought that was true when I first saw that movie. That's sad, isn't it? I was like, that can't be right. That can't be right. Yeah, that's sad. I had to Google it. True story.
Right. You are up there on Willie Woodward, Mandy.
Okay, Willie Woodward for $5. Thank you so much, Willie. Ladies, this is for any laughs you have and will incur tonight. Also, Mary broke Mandy. She might need a 5 to 10 minute break with the mic muted.
TMI.
Oh, Lord.
Retro.
Right. Thank God.
There
Sorry,
you go.
Larry.
There you go.
Retro Unlim for £1.99.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually have a couple of pounds and
sounds so fancy saying that shit.
It sounds fancy, right?
Yes. The 99 store. Yes, I have gone to one of those when I was in the UK. Vibrators don't buy you drinks. No, in that case, you buy your own drink. It's all right. Some of us have,
They have no pockets for pence.
Holy shit. Where are we at? There it is. Did we miss Willie Woodward?
I thought we got his last one.
Quoted throughout and Willie Woodward, ladies, this is for any laughs you
we just got that one.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
We are on Terminus.
Yep.
All right. So Terminus for $2 says, "Well, spoon is poon with an S, so I see why you love it." I'll take it.
Right.
And I believe then, that was the last one we got. So then we're all caught up.
Yay!
Well, we're just at the little over the 2-hour mark. Tom, do you want to do a quick discussion of Luke Skywalker?
That is totally up to you, ladies. I don't think it's something that would take too much time, but again, that's up to you guys. We've been here long enough either way, so I'm fine with whatever happens.
I'll leave it to these two because I'm good either way.
To you guys, I'm the new girl. That's
what a heck not. Let's hit it.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and pull that up there, Mandy?
I got it shared.
Yay!
Yay!
There he goes.
He's trying. Wait, you can do it. You can do it, Anstra.
Oh,
Like it ain't no
cutest
thing.
beagle. So cute. So yes, you guys, we will end on a happy note of something that us ladies saw and thought was kind of cool. So Peyton Reed actually did this big tweet, and I'm going to read it to you guys. So he's like, "Dear Hamill, at Hamill himself, when I was a kid, this photo hung on my bedroom wall. Star Wars and Luke Skywalker in particular meant a great deal to me. Some things never change. It was an honor and a dream come true to work with you on The Mandalorian. Thank you, and may the Force be with you." So I think this immediately shows that there are some people within, like on the ground of, filming The Mandalorian that actually saw and gave Luke and Mark Hamill, they know what he did. And that's so great that they respect what he did. And, they understand that is why most of us fell in love with Star Wars in the first place. And then it gets even sweeter. If my computer will load. Come on, there we go. It gets even sweeter. And then he comes back with that is the wrong thing, and my messages are open. So
yeah, knock that shit.
that one, because I did the wrong thing. Hold on, I'll pull up the other one unless it's here. Is it here? Tom, how far down was it?
It's down a ways. You may have to pull up another one.
Okay. All right. Let me stop sharing for 1 second so I don't dox everything on my computer.
Yeah, I think I sent you the actual one where Hamill retweeted it, I think is what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is I'm looking for. Let me find it here. Mary, will you take over talking about it while I dig this up real quick?
Sure, absolutely. So I think it's important to keep in mind here that this isn't just some rando. This is the director of Ant-Man 2, right? And so this is the guy who directed the episode as well. And so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed those movies. I enjoyed those very much, right? And while it doesn't speak to the representatives that are running shit in terms of Lucasfilm, it does show us that the people who are, like Mandy said, on the ground handling this business are acknowledging Mark Hamill or Luke Skywalker, I suppose is the better way to put that, his importance to this franchise.
Exactly.
And
now that I'm not doxing stuff, so as you can see, Mark Hamill came back with, "Dear at Mr. Peyton Reed, I am so grateful to have been given the unexpected opportunity to revisit my character when he was still a symbol of hope and optimism. Still a symbol of hope and optimism."
That's fired.
Right. Your assured direction and kindness was a crucial element in the experience and means more to me than I can say. #Thank you. And I just think this was such a sweet exchange, considering how we feel like they did Luke Skywalker in the movies that I don't even talk about anymore because they don't exist to me. But considering how he was done in those, the way they're handling it with The Mandalorian is just absolutely amazing, I think. And I think this was just the sweetest thing in the world right here.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely apparent that when it comes to people like Jon Favreau, when it comes to as loath as I am to say this, Dave Filoni, people who are actually on the ground, God bless our freaking heart, fucking Mandalorian. Oh, I can't. Gina Carano, bless her heart. Right when it comes to those people who are on the ground and doing the work that it takes to bring this franchise's community back together, those people recognize the importance of Luke Skywalker to this franchise, and so you have to give them props. You have to give. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. Peyton Reed gets a pass for some stupid shit, for at least a few stupid shits in the future in my book. Right? He's bound to say some fucking SJW shitty.
Of course.
Convention, right? He's that's the environment he's in, right? So he's going to get a pass or two on my end, but he's clearly pointing out here that at least in terms of Luke Skywalker, his incredible incredible importance to this franchise. And how do you bring these people back in? How do you rally them back together behind your product? Well, I don't know, maybe put Luke Skywalker back on the pedestal that he belongs on. And he clearly understands that. And so that is hope-giving, I
wouldn't even say a pedestal, but just at least giving him his just dues and not making him a fucking prick.
I would say he belongs on a pedestal. I would say the just dues aren't enough at this point, Tom. And I can appreciate what you're saying.
I can't disagree with it, but yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
The just dues are the bare minimum, right? But what they did do in this episode was the Mandalorian managed to put Luke on the pedestal that he belonged on. And I do believe that he belongs on a pedestal, especially at this point, because it's not enough. It's not enough to rectify the mistakes at this point. It's enough to. It's only enough if you prove that you understand how incredibly important and paramount the character of Luke Skywalker is to this overall franchise. Then you might begin to win people back. But just dues are not enough at this point. There needs to be some fucking I'm sorry, men, you should put your ladies on a pedestal. Oh, I'm sorry, Lucasfilm. You should put fucking Luke on a pedestal. That's where he belongs. He saved the galaxy. He blew up the fucking Death Star and then turned Anakin back to the good side. And that's why we wound up with a great finale. I'm sorry, I don't fucking acknowledge that sequel trilogy. That's why we wound up with a wonderful finale to our Star Wars, not trilogy, not series. What the fuck do you even call Star Wars, even with all 6 films? I don't include
saga, franchise.
Saga, there you go. Saga, that's the word I wanted. That's the finale I needed. That's the finale I wanted. That's where it's
I'm usually the one fighting for words.
Yeah.
I just want to do this real quick before we lose it. 16-bit mascot sent you ladies 3 fitty.
Hey!
Because you decided to go longer. Cheer, ladies. Cheers, ladies. I need about 3 fitty.
I need about 3 fitty.
3 fitty.
I will take it. I do like the shots that Mark Hamill took there.
Yeah, I love that when he was still a symbol of hope and optimism. I love the way he worded that. I think that was fantastic.
That was
it's 100% on purpose.
Yeah.
And Matt G says, I wonder if Rian Johnson ever worked at Burger King. I'll be surprised if they ever let Rian Johnson make anything in a franchise ever again. Would you teach me karate?
I don't believe in karate anymore. Leave me alone, Daniel-san. I want to die.
I love that.
That still cracks me up. Oh, shit.
That was a good setup there. That was a good setup.
That was perfect. I love that so much. But yeah, I thought that was a nice way to end tonight, to show you that, it may be Monday, but even on a Monday, Mark Hamill's dropping some low blow little comments out there. And
on the heels of the Dave and John thank you campaign that was going on for how many weeks, Mandy? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're right. Exactly. Wait, what? What?
Maybe you should elaborate.
Yeah, what? Tom?
Well, all right after the video or the Mandalorian episode, everybody was thanking Dave and John.
Oh,
the episode, including Mark Hamill. Mm-hmm. And that's when all of a sudden the KK bots come out of the woodwork going, well, don't forget KK worked on it too. She's executive producer and she's the one who greenlit it and she did this and she did that and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, she was so on top of everything that she didn't realize until the show was already over that it was too much like the Obi-Wan series. Yep.
Yeah, I would put a booger in her coffee. I would.
I wonder how many boogers she's put in coffee.
She's done it. Oh, she's done it.
Probably done worse than that.
Probably. You could tell me tomorrow that she got caught skinning cats, and I would believe it. I'd be like, yep, that bitch is a cat skinner. I knew it.
Dude, where did that fucking phrase even come from? What is it? Easier than skinning a cat? Is that what it is?
I'd never get sayings right. I butcher them. So
that's the old saying, I believe, but I don't know why that would be.
I don't know. I never asked my
easy
mom where
thing
it
to
came
do.
from. She just used it.
Unless it's because I do know that cats do have loose skin. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. You're gonna Google it.
Oh God, you're gonna get so
something
many
horrible.
things.
You're gonna get something horrible, Mary.
Oh, goodness.
Just to warn you, yeah. It's more than one way to skin a cat. That's
More than one way to skin a cat.
That's right. Yeah. See, I don't even get them right anymore. And Willie says, "You ladies are awesome and good sports." Well, thanks, thank you, Willie. And yes, they are good sports. That's why they're here.
Absolutely. We do our best. We do our best every week, guys.
Yeah.
Trying to bring you that entertainment. Something that hopefully you will enjoy watching every week. So we appreciate the hell out of you being here. I think that wraps up our
I think so.
for the night.
Yeah, we've got over 370 of you still watching. If you'd hit that like button, we'd really appreciate it. Matt G, got one for Mandy here.
Matt G for $5. Thank you so much. Like, oh my God, Mandy, women's biographical clocks are like so important or something. Like, what?
Biographical?
You should have said biographical crock pot, but I'll still give it an 8.
I love it. Thank you so much, Matt.
Absolutely. We want to thank all of you guys for joining us. If it wasn't for you, wouldn't be able to do this show. You keep the lights on and you keep these ladies talking. Otherwise, they'd be talking to themselves. Of course, they would do that anyway.
I would do it. I would
They
still
do.
do it.
They do. But in this case, then though, they actually have an audience and we appreciate it. And wow, we actually have 24 Pablos this episode. That's a lot. Been the Bridgerton shit.
Oh, here we go. It's good. It's good, you guys.
You don't have
it.
I'm telling y'all.
I know. I've watched plenty of crap. I've watched plenty of crap in my day to get laid. Don't worry.
I'm telling you, watch it with your ladies.
Speaking of Bridgerton, don't forget to get our Defund Hollywood t-shirt. Okay, that was a sick burn. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. That was great.
I'm kidding. Check out the show, especially if you're a lady. These ladies enjoyed it, so I'm sure you will as well.
Yes.
And we got one from Michael Merkel as well. If who's next, Lorraine or Mary? Whoever wants to take that one, I don't care.
Yeah,
Michael Merkel for $5. Love you, ladies, and look forward to this stream every week. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
That's a good place to plug. You can catch this show every week, Monday night at 9 Central Time, 10 Eastern, right here on Midnight's Edge. So again, I want to thank the ladies for doing such a great job tonight as always, and I want to thank all of you for being such a great audience. Couldn't do it without you. And thank you so much for the super chats as well. So why don't you ladies quickly go around and tell everybody a little bit about yourselves and your channel while I get those links in the chat. Let's start with you, Mandy.
Okay, like what? Hey, y'all. So, yeah, I'm Mandy Summers. I'm the creator of the comic book Wart the Wizard, Pirate Queen, and Super Dead. Some of those you can still get on Indiegogo. Some of those you cannot. Pirate Queen is still available, you guys. Don't forget to come check out my YouTube channel. I talk about comics, and I run my British artist video gaming every Wednesday. So we do all kinds of silly stuff. So come check me out over at Mandy Summers. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, MySpace. That's right, you guys. I'm on MySpace. It is an awesome site. I got the song. I got everything going. So hit me up at Wart the Wizard, Mandy Summers. Yeah, you guys, thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I adore every single one of you guys. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next week.
All right. And Lorena, tell the folks a little bit about yourself and where they can find you.
Well, everybody, I'm Lorena Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. Of course, you can find me here on Monday nights at 10 p.m. On Thursdays at 7 p.m., you can catch me on Justin Proper's channel for This Week in BS. At 9 p.m., you can catch me actually on my channel this week for the Queen's Council. Also on Fridays at 12 noon, I have my Lorena's Lunch Table show where we interview people from the fandom and just have a great time. And of course, on Sundays at 8 p.m. is my Welcome to Florida live stream, including all kinds of crazy Florida man stories, theme park news, and a little bit about Florida history. And of course, a couple of videos that I upload to my site. I just recently uploaded a review of season 2 of WandaVision, and depending on how much wine I drink tomorrow, may actually get done my review of the first episode of season 2 of Batwoman. So,
I'm so sorry.
My God,
Lorena, I am so sorry you watched it. Oh no.
I got a big rant coming on that one. But thank you guys so much for coming. You guys are amazing in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel with your presence and your super chats. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. And Sander, you know what? I might do a Mead Radio. So for those who don't know where to find that, there's the link in the chat. And last but not least, our hostess with the mostest and the biggest melons on screen right now, even though I'm not sure they're real.
They're definitively not real. I paid for these with the Reface app.
At least you admit it. And anyway, tell them a little bit about yourselves, Mary.
Well, hey guys, I am Mary B. I am the mistress of mayhem, disruptor of the narrative, and official Whammon card holder. You can find me over on my channel, Mayhem Mayhem, where I talk about newsy news stuff during the week, have a little fun on the weekend. And where's the fucking Tylenol? I didn't need it too much for tonight because we had some fun topics to discuss. But
yes,
yeah, it was a good night. Good night.
All right. So until next time, thank you so much, and we will see you on the flip side.
Bye.
Proving that the Fandom Menace isn't just toxic white males. It's toxic femininity brought to you by Midnight Head.